jump scare. Beep, 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 beep. Hi guys. Happy Monday. Welcome to stream. Pew, 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 pew. Hi everybody. Welcome to stream Monday stream. How's it going? How are we feeling? How's the vibe? Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday, gamers. Welcome to Star actually has something to draw on stream this week. Yay! Huzzah! So, you guys may have noticed I did not stream last week. That was largely because I did not have anything to stream. It was, saying it this way sounds weird, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It was the weird part of the month where I didn't have anything that I could draw on stream. And let me elaborate on what I mean by that. What I mean by that is, so I do my monthly mail club every month, right? And usually I'm working on that towards the end of the month. Marty Cafe, thank you for joining the membership. Thank you, appreciate it. But yeah, so I finished my mail club art, and then I didn't have anything else to do, and I'm at a point in the comic where I'm not gonna be able to stream new comic pages for a while, gang. We're in some very spoiler heavy territory. Sunny, thank you for also joining the memberships. Appreciate it. Thank you. Enjoy having a little star next to your name. But yeah, so last week it's like I could have scrambled together something to draw on stream, but I was just really busy last week trying to get stuff done, and so I was just like, I'm gonna just take it easy this week and just use this time to kind of catch up on stuff, and I'll get back to streaming next week. So it is now next week, and I have some arts to draws. I have some draws to draw. So you guys may have noticed by the title and the thumbnail of this stream that I am working on art for my next big video. Oh my gosh, wait, hold on. I think I did. Did I ever tell you guys about the sponsorship debacle? And I know I told you guys some of it. Well, they finally got back to me. I'll tell the whole story in just a second for folks who were not here on my earlier streams, but I can't remember if I ever told you guys how it got resolved. Because I know I told, like, the mods and my pals. Stream you did? Yeah. Okay, cool. So basically what happened... Yeah, that's right, I remember this now because I wrote it out, and then me writing it out is accidentally visible in one of the upcoming Mail Club TikToks that I made. But the short version of the story is I was going to have a sponsorship for my video this month, and because of that I was going to do a specific type of video. And then the sponsor got weird about how much they wanted to pay me. Like, they originally told me a number, and then I had to, like, kind of say, it's like, hey, I can do that number, but get back to me in, like, a couple weeks because I'm busy. And they said, okay. And then when they got back to me in a couple weeks, the number was literally, like, an entire decimal point lower. So, like, if they originally said 100, they now said they only wanted to pay me 10. And I was like, now hold on. That is not the number we originally agreed on. And then when they finally got back to me, they responded, oh, we're sorry. We must have accidentally added an extra 0 in our original quote to you. So I will not be doing that sponsorship. I will not be doing that sponsorship, which means that the video topic for my July video has been freed up. Because I'm no longer going to be doing that sponsorship, which means I can kind of do whatever the hell I want for my July video. And I did a poll last week to kind of figure out, is like just vibe check on the audience, see what you guys wanted. And the people decided, like 60% of people voted in favor of me doing a video where I talk about how to come up with and like flesh out and figure out an entire character. The process of character creation, as it were. And so that is what this guy is for. Basically what I did was I randomly generated 3 D&D characters. You don't have to know anything about D&D to enjoy the video, I will say that right now. It's just, the way I did the random generation was I picked like a random D&D like ancestry, I picked a random class, I picked a random background, and then that is how I that was my base for coming up with these characters. And I just finally put like the last few touches on the script this afternoon. It is 7,500 words long, which means it's going to be like a 30 to 45 minute video. So that's fun. But yeah, so I'm gonna have like footage of me drawing the new characters, like the randomly generated characters in the background while I talk about kind of the process I went through for developing them, coming up with their personality and their flaws and their backstory and all that. I think it's going to be really interesting, so I hope you guys will enjoy it when it comes out. I'm aiming to have it out at the end of the month, so that is the plan. And so this is our first guy. His name is Talus. I'll go ahead and tell you guys that. He is a dwarven druid, and I basically made him a beach druid. I love him. I ended up just like falling so in love with like all the characters I generated for this thing. And you guys will learn like everything about them when the video comes out. So get excited for that. It's gonna be good shit. It's gonna be good shit. And if you guys end up really liking this video, I might do more in the future because I really like coming up with new little guys that I will never get to actually play. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so I have 3 dudes that I will be designing and fleshing out and talking about the story and all that for the video. And this is guy number 1. Depending on how far we get in the art today, I might start working on guy number 2. My goal is to be done with all the art by the end of this week so I can go ahead and put the video together. That is the goal. But I wanted to work on this on stream because it's art that I can actually do on stream, as opposed to everything that's happening in my webcomic right now, which, as I said before, is very much not streamable because we are in a very spoiler-heavy part of the comic, and I can't show you guys anything that's going on. Maybe someday we can go back to streaming comic pages, but it is not this day. Little concerned if having 2 of the characters being oldish men is going to affect the performance of the vid. Don't worry, the last one's a tiefling. Everybody loves tieflings. And I promise, the tiefling was randomly generated. I rolled a tiefling on my my table, my randomized table, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, let's go! And then that character ended up being the most difficult one for me to work on. And I was just like, oh, come now. Come now. Sure you did. I did! I genuinely did! I was stoked! I was psyched out of my mind. Tieflings are quirky anime fan bait. All right, look, you. Jay's in trouble because he gave me a heart attack over text earlier. He's banned. Do you guys ever have, like, parents or relatives who are not necessarily great at texting, and sometimes they just text you ominous shit that ends up, yeah, you better be sorry. You better be sorry. Jay, the short version is that Jay pulled a boomer text earlier today. gave me a heart attack by just like texting me, hey, I know you're about to stream ... and my brain was just like, oh god, what horrible thing is he going to follow this up with? It's like, I know you're about to stream, yeah, someone has died. That's what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like you were gonna say. It sounded like you were gonna drop some extremely emotional shit on me. And you were just like, hey, I know you're about to stream, but some horrible chaos has just gone down and you need to know about it, and this could potentially ruin your entire week, is what it felt like when you sent me that. And then he follows it up with, so I've been thinking about tabletop RPGs. And I was just like, oh, yeah, no, that sounds fun. That sounds really cool. Please never text me like that again. Please never do that to me again. My poor heart cannot handle this shit. It was like your mom texting you, something has happened, ... and then you're just like, what? What? Oh my god, you can't just text me that. Text me the entire thing first, so I don't have to wait and just be a doomer about what the hell this could potentially be. It's like, what horrible life-changing information are you about to drop into my texts? And I just sat there like watching the little J-Corn, his typing icon, go off for like a whole minute. And I was just like, And then he was like, so I've been getting into this new TTRPG system, and I'm like, son of a bitch! So Jay's in trouble. That's the trouble. Is like texts me like a fucking boomer with bad news. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, you can't do that to me. You can't do that to me, man.
Hey, Molly. Hi, kitten cat. Hi.
My meow meow is here.
Hi.
It's under the table. She's looking at me like she wants to sit on my lap. But I'm not sitting in the correct position for her to come up and sit on my lap. And so now she is just sitting underneath my desk, being a baby. Molly, are you being a baby? You rubbing your face on my desk legs? Yes. Ah. But yeah. So that was my heart attack of the day. Aside from that, back to talking about this D&D video. I am pretty excited about it. This is the first time I've ever done art specifically for a video, except that's also not true. Because I did do the Has Been Hotel art for the Has Been Hotel video specifically for that video. However, I feel like that one's a little different. Because I wasn't originally planning on doing art for that video at all. It was originally just gonna be like me talking about the show and showing footage from the show in the background, and there wasn't gonna be any art involved. And then my mods talked me into it and were like, you should do some art in the background because you are an art channel and that would be a good idea. And also is like a a show of good faith, a peace offering to the Has Been Hotel fans. And I was like, okay, fine. And so like I had already almost fully edited the video. I had like recorded everything. I had done everything. I was in the process of putting everything together. And then I stayed up late one night and just busted out that entire Has Been Hotel fan art in like 3 hours. It was just like, there, I drew it. I drew it. Ah! But this is the first time I'm like making a video where the intent was always to have some fresh art for it. And while I don't think I'm gonna make like a habit of it because it does end up making the videos take a lot longer, it's fun and I like doing draws. So yeah. I was actually just thinking today, it's like, man, I kind of miss doing 2 videos a month. Because, you know, I used to do a video every 2 weeks. Like, every other week I would do a new video. And And that just got to a point where it was kind of unsustainable. But I miss it. I want to go back to doing that. I wish I had the time. The problem is like, if I had more time to work on videos, I could put and like some help with the editing, I could potentially go back to doing a video every 2 weeks. But the problem is that like with my videos, the writing is the longest and most tedious part. And I feel like if it's my YouTube channel, I want to do the writing. But then that just means is like, oh, well then it's kind of hard for me to save time on that step because I have to be the one to write it. Because like the editing for my videos is not that complicated.
Mother,
it's literally
question
just
from Megaspector8105 about the aspiring webcomic artist sticker. Will it be restocked?
No, that sticker is, I'm not planning on restocking that one because that one was originally for a Kickstarter. And all of the ones I was selling was just like leftovers from after the Kickstarter. And so the reason that one is sold out on the website is because I ran out of them. So there aren't any more, and that one I'm not planning on restocking. But you know, if enough people are requesting it, then perhaps I will do that. But yes, not planning on restocking that one, but might if there is enough demand for it. So we'll see. But yeah, so it's like, as much as I would love to go back to 2 times a week making, or video once every 2 weeks, I would probably at the bare minimum have to hire an editor to help. Because like the editing of my videos is not complicated, but it's still, you know, it takes time, right? Hey Star, how many layers do you use for backgrounds? As many as they need? As many or as few as they need? It average, it honestly, every background is different, and so there's not like a set number that I use every time. It's just literally however many I need. Generally it averages to be about like 6 or 7. I do all my inks on one layer, I do all my flats on one layer, and from there it's just like various shading and stuff of that nature. Oh, hi Molly. Hi Kitten Cat. Hello, hello. Are you ready to be a lap cat? Do you want to be a lap cat? Okay, hold on. I have to rearrange my limbs and my lap blanket so the lap princess here can be a lap cat. Miss Ma'am, there is a lap hammock for you. Here. You want to be a lap cat? Come here. Come here. Want to be a lap cat? Oh, she's getting into the lap. She's creeping in. Oh, she's unsure. Molly, you spent most of today sitting on my lap while I was working on comics. Why are you being apprehensive now? Is it because I'm talking and making noise? Is it because I'm talking and making noise and it's annoying? She's just getting pets. Oh. What are we thinking, Molly Meow? Okay, she has decided she wants to lay on my planner instead. That is fine, I suppose. And she is my Molly Meow. She usually likes to sit on my lap, like when I'm working on comics or whatever. But sometimes she just wants to be near me while I do things and not necessarily in the lap. The legend of the lap cat. She's just a baby. She's a little lap princess. She likes to cuddle. She likes me. But yeah, we'll see how far I get on this piece today. I would like to at least finish inking, and I think we can manage that. Out of all three of the characters, this guy's design, I think, is the one that I'm happiest with. Which is ironic because this is the first one that I did. But I think it was also, like, the easiest to put together. And then there's Milo. Yeah, Milo doesn't care much for cuddles. She, like, sleeps next to my legs at night. But Molly's the one who will, like, actively get up and snuggle with me. And Milo just likes to sleep near me so that she knows when I'm awake, and then she will scream at me to wake me up so I will feed her. And just have a soft spot for dwarves. Listen! Listen. I did not used to, okay? It's entirely your fault, asshole. Can't believe this guy made me care about dwarves, SMH. Shake my fucking head. But yeah, I mentioned this in the video that, like, I've never made a dwarf character before. And so this was my first time actually making one, but I have, like, a newfound appreciation for dwarves after playing our Thursday game. It's entirely because of Rodin, and I love him so much. What do you mean, wait till you see what I did to him? What do you mean? What do you mean? Jay, you're already on thin ice, sir. And kick your ass. I'm gonna tell that hurricane to just, like, do bad things to your house. I will sick the god of cyclones upon ye. You will regret taunting me in this way. You bitch. Ah. Jinx, hi Jinx! Careful, Jay, she knows the Wind Waker. I do. That is my favorite Zelda game. I know all about it. I can make the wind go whoosh, 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 etc. God, I was just thinking, I want to replay Wind Waker, but I don't want to get my Wii U out. I just want them to freaking... Why is there a truck parked outside my house? Oh, I think it's a delivery truck. I think my mom said she ordered something. I just, like, looked up and suddenly saw, I was like, why is there a vehicle outside of my house that is not mine? Who's trespassing on my property? I'll kick their ass. But yeah, I freaking love Wind Waker. I want them to release a remaster of Wind Waker for the Switch. But I've heard that they're also planning on announcing the Switch 2 soon. And so maybe they're saving it for the Switch 2? I don't know. I want it! Nintendo! Nintendo, I love Wind Waker. My favorite Zoraldo. Yeah, Switch 2 Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, I guess we'll see what they're gonna call it. It would be very funny if they just called it the Switch 2. The Switch 2! And then they just do, like, an awkward jump and pose. Switch 64, oh my god. But yeah. I love Wind Waker. Spelled T-O-O. Yeah, this one's the Switch too. This is the Switch, and that's a Switch too. But and then it's like funny and whatever. But yeah, my thing is like, I actually haven't played any video games in like a fair bit. I'm not counting my occasional nightly like 30 minutes of Suika game just to like turn my brain off. Cause that doesn't count. But like, I actually haven't really played video games much at all since like, I had a brief Stardew Valley renaissance like a couple months ago where I played that game again. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Stardew Valley. I like a lot of the game mechanics in Stardew Valley, but the writing is boring. And I don't really like any of the characters very much. And in a game where like the characters are the only plot you're gonna get out of the game, it's kind of sad if there's, you know, not like, you don't care about the characters. And it's just like, come on. Come on, this isn't doing shit for me. But yeah, I went on a brief, because I was watching a lot of Stardew Valley challenge videos. I was just like, this is just making me want to play the game again. And so I played the game again until I got tired. And I was like, well, I'm done with this. But then I just haven't been in the mood to play anything since. And that was like 3 or 4 months ago. Like, I keep thinking, okay, I should finish Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I'll put that in the Switch. Or it's like, oh, well, I finally got my copy of Pikmin 4 back from my brother. And so I should replay Pikmin 4 because that's a really fun game and I really like it. And then when I sit down and I'm like in bed and I could very easily, you know, just pick up the Switch that's right next to me and play a video game, my brain is just like, no, watch TikToks for an hour instead. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm just like, I guess I'm doing this. But yeah, I just gotta find something that's gonna give me the good serotonin, but most video games have not been giving me the serotonin recently, and it's bumming me out, I'm not gonna lie. But, you know, I'm trying not to force it. I'm just like, you know, someday. Cause like, I remember when I was a kid and I would get like grounded from playing video games because like my grades were bad or whatever. I would be really sad for like the first couple, like for the first week. But then after a little bit of time passed, it was just like, oh, I don't actually care about video games that much. I don't have video games right now. That's fine. I don't actually care too much. And then when I finally got my video games back, it was just like, I don't really feel like playing these anymore because you go so long without them. It's just like you kind of learn to cope without them. And so that's kind of like unintentionally where I've put my brain back. It's just like, I went for a while without playing video games because I was so busy, and now my brain is just like, I do not need this. And I'm like, but brain, I want to play Zelda. And my brain's just like, no, you don't. No, you don't. And I'm just like, oh, come on. Come on. But yeah. So, we'll see. I've been trying to get back into Pikmin though, because Pikmin is like, what if they took my mental illness and gamified it? And it's just so good. I'm just like, yes, yes, make my little guys do little tasks. Yes! It's so good. Have you ever played Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks? Yes, I played that one back when it first came out, but that game came out when I was in like college or high school, something like that. I think I still have it. I don't think I traded it in. I just haven't played it in a really long time. The portable Zelda game, the DS Zelda games they were all right. They weren't like fantastic or anything, but you know, they were serviceable. I think the Spirit Tracks was at the very least a little better than what was the one that came before it? The one with Phantom Hourglass. The Phantom Hourglass would have been fun if they didn't make you go through the same dungeon like 10 times. It's like, come on. Man. We have to do this shit again. Like, you know, Spirit Tracks, they did kind of the same thing, but I don't think they made you, like, go through the same levels multiple times. Like, if you had already beaten part of the dungeon, like, you had to go back to the same dungeon over and over again, but each time you went, you were on a different, like, level or section of the dungeon. So you didn't have to do the same part over and over and over again. Getting, like, slightly better at it each time, but also getting slightly more annoyed with it each time, you know? Trying to think of games that may interest you. Oh, it's not that. It's just that, like, my brain... It's not that I don't have any games that interest me. I do. It's just that my brain right now is rejecting all video games. And being like, no, we don't want to play video games, actually. So, I appreciate it, but I don't know if that would help. It's not like a problem that a new game would solve. It's that none of the games that I have and want to play are sparking, like, serotonin in my brain, right? And it's annoying! Because video games is usually how I, like, you know, I wind down after a long day. And right now, my brain is just like, no, I don't wanna! I don't wanna! And, like, my other thing is, I have video games that I have bought that I specifically want to stream. And I need to block out time for those. I've talked about this before. But it's just like, I feel like folks really enjoy when I do drawing streams, because, like, you know, I'm an art YouTuber, so it makes sense that people come for my drawing streams. But if I ever do video game streams, because I'm not a video game specific content creator, it's like, people don't care. And so I end up getting a lot fewer viewers on those, even though, like, the folks who come to them say they enjoy them, but it's still hard. Because, you know, it's just like, you want number go up even if you know it's not good for your brain. And seeing number get lower just makes you go, oh no, I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong and people don't like my game content. Even though the people who do like it are vocal about liking it, it's still just like, oh no, brain says game stream's bad. Do more art stream. Do what you want regardless of views. Wish I could! Brain doesn't work that way. And also just, like, YouTube in general doesn't work that way, unfortunately. It's like, I for the most part just kind of do what I want in regards to videos and stuff, but I do have to be mindful of, like, what my audience is subscribed for. Because the handful of times that I did try to, like, post gaming content on this channel, no one clicked on it, and then the algorithm got mad at me and, like, did not push out my videos for several weeks. And I just had, like, a bunch of videos, like, flop in the immediate aftermath of that, and I'm just like, okay, I get it, no more gaming videos, jeez. But yeah. All in service to the algorithms. Yeah, I don't like to be, but it's just like, it does make sense that if people subscribe to me for art videos, I want to keep doing art videos. And, like, I do like the art videos. It just makes it hard when I want to, like, try something new. Knowing that I'm going to lose a portion of my audience in the process. What about a second gaming channel? That could work. See, I have that. I haven't posted on it in a while. Just because I haven't really been doing gaming streams. And I also figured that, like, because YouTube now has, like, live streams as an entire second tab on your channel page, I figured it kind of negated the need for me to, what's the word I'm looking for? For me to actually, like, archive my game streams in another place. And so I ended up just, like, leaving my game streams, my stream archives just in the same place as all my other art streams. And that just ended up kind of working out. I'm trying to do a wicker pattern, and we will see how this goes. Might end up taking a minute. Actually, you know what? There is a faster way for me to do this. I don't usually do this, but I am going to use a vector layer. Ba, ba, ba. I am going to use a vector layer because vector layers have this cool thing that they let you do with the eraser that will make doing this wicker pattern go a lot heckin' faster.
Oh no, not a layer of me.
Yes, Vector, it's a layer of you. Now I will see if this works. Big brain mode has been activated. Vector eraser. Whoa, okay. I just want to whole line erase up to intersection. It's gotta be real little. Valda, thank you for joining the membership. I appreciate it. I am layer. Yes, vector is layer. I don't know if that actually went off like it was supposed to, but it should have. Okay, so I think this will work. I just need to do this and that and this and that and this and that and then. Okay, so I think, wait, and then, wait, and then, wait. Yes! Haha, haha, haha! Yes! They are weaving! They are weaving! And because it's a vector layer, I can just, like, swipe to erase very, very easily. Sometimes it messes up a little bit, we just keep going. We just keep going, gang. Aha! 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 Yes! Okay, and then we go, aha! Aha! Yeah! Aha! Yes! I am an evil mastermind! Look at my weaves! Look at my lines, they are weaving. Woven lines. Mastery of the digital art tools. Yaha! There, look at it. Look at it. It's a weavy pattern, isn't it beautiful? It's beautiful. Okay, now I just gotta do it on the rest. I think I'm probably not gonna do it up here just to make the pattern a little bit less overwhelming to look at. But we will still do the little weavy lines down here. And then we will go, ha! We'll go, ha! 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 Ah! Yes, you have to do the sound effects. It is mandatory. Aya! 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 That's where his crabs lives, for his crabs cannon. He doesn't have a crab cannon. Where's the crab cannon coming from? There is no crab cannon. Alrighty. So there's his little crab trap. I'm making up lore for him, excuse you. I already has lore. I don't need your stinking lore, he already has lore. Alright. Do you guys like my weavy lines? Do you see how fast that is? I don't typically use vector layers, because you can't use the fill bucket with them, and that's how I usually do my spot blacks, is I just like draw a shape and then fill it in really fast with the fill bucket. But you can't do that with vector layers, and it bums me out. So I don't use vector layers very often, but when I do choose to use them, they are a very powerful tool. Very handy. Oh yeah, so as far as other topics of discussion, went to my very first escape room over the weekend, and that was fun. We finished the challenge with literally 21 seconds left on the clock. We cut it real close, but we did beat it. You escaped, we'll have to try harder. No. But yeah, so it was a place here in Austin, and it was very cool. It was like very 1930s Lovecraft Cthulhu-esque vibes. And we ended up, we would have beaten it faster if we didn't suck so bad, but let me explain what I mean by that. So, before they let us into the room, they were like, so just a little orientation before we start. None of the stuff in the room is going to be something you have to force. It's like you won't have to force open any doors. You won't have to like use physical strength to do any of the puzzles. If you can't get something open, it means it's probably just not the time for you to use that thing. And so you'll have to figure out the puzzle to unlock it. And we were like, okay. And so they put us in this room. And when you first walked into the room, on the left, there was like this little file cabinet. And sticking out of one of the drawers of the file cabinet was like a very, very obvious laminated sheet of paper. And literally, the first thing I did when I went into this room is I saw that laminated piece of paper, and I tried to pull it out, and I tugged on it gently, and it didn't come out. And so my thought was, oh, we must have to find a way to get this file cabinet open, and that will be a puzzle. No, it turns out that if I had pulled on it just like a smidgen harder, it would have come out, because that was a very important clue for the first puzzle in the room. And we spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out how the hell to do like the very first puzzle in the room. And like the voice in the loudspeaker kept being like, there was I don't want to spoil exactly what it was in case anyone else ever does the same escape room, but there was like a voice in there that was giving us guidance. And kept saying, it's like, check in the file cabinet. And I'm like, I checked in the file cabinet, it's not opening. And eventually, like, the game master people took, like, pity on us. And we're just like, hey, you should try opening the file cabinet. And we opened the file cabinet, and we were like, well, shit. It was very funny. But then, like, we were just, like, running around, and we were solving puzzles, and we were, like, writing shit down, and we were just, like, yelling about it. It's like, oh my god, there's another sticker on the wall! There's a sticker on the wall! Write down with the sticker on the wall! We had to, like, decode a cipher. It was, like, a whole thing. It was a lot of fun, but yeah, we finished the puzzle, the last puzzle, with literally 20 seconds on the clock. And it was just like, oh god, Cthulhu is coming! And like literally, there was one point, it was so fucking funny. So you guys know me. I'm loud as fuck. And there was one point when we were doing this escape room where like there was a key on the wall, and I finally got the key and I was trying to stick it in the lock and it wouldn't go. And I was just like, this should work, this should work. Little did I know there was another lock that was right behind me, so I just didn't see it. And then when one of the other people who was doing the escape room with us realized, he's like, oh, Star, I think it's supposed to go in that other lock. I, you know, hyped up on adrenaline. We were running seriously low on time at this point. I was just like, oh, come on! I'm stupid! And when I yelled that, I swear I heard laughter through the wall. And I was like, oh, the people watching us do this on the security cameras think I'm stupid and they're laughing at me. Am I just a little weirdo for your amusement? I've seen those TikToks people who work in escape rooms make where they like record people and the things that they say out of context. I'm gonna end up in one of those compilations, aren't I? Damn it, I'm stupid! They're gonna make fun of me and show the videos to all their friends later because I don't know where the lock is. Also, there was a pentagram on the floor, and like the first thing that I did when we walked in there, I was like, okay, which one of us is gonna lay in it? Rock and roll, buckaroo. You were just on a stream for them. Yeah, private stream just for the escape room operators of us just failing to use a rotary phone, which was another thing. That was like related to that first puzzle that we were having trouble with. We were like, maybe we're just dialing this phone wrong because we're a bunch of millennials and we don't know how phones work. Maybe we are all just stupid. But no, it was very, very fun. If you are one of my IRL buddies, I have posted pictures in group chats that we are in. Actually, I don't know if I posted it on my own server. I don't think I did. I should. Everyone's dumb in certain areas. You don't know how to use those ones? No, we do! It was like a fake rotary phone where instead of rotating it, you had to like press buttons. And we were like, do we hit the big button in the center after dialing? It's like, do we have to like hit pound first? It's like, what? Because we were typing in what did end up being the correct number. It just wasn't registering what we were clicking for some reason. And so it got to a point where we were just like sounding out the numbers. And I'm like, okay, 7, 9, 1, 8, and then that finally opened. And so I think that perhaps the people running the game realized, okay, there might be something wrong with the phone. Just open the puzzle for them. And so they did. And I was like, okay, I am now in favor of loudly announcing everything we do. Because the room can respond to us. Or we were just stupid and we were pressing it wrong the whole time. I don't know. But I have, for the record, used a rotary phone before. In fact, I remember the landline telephone that we had at my parents' house when I was a wee baby was a rotary phone. A landline rotary phone. We had one. I know how to use them. It's just that this one was different. It looked like a rotary phone. It was not, technically. Fake ass rotary phone. I'm watching this on a rotary phone? No, you're not. Rotary phones can't do video. You're gonna come on the internet and you're gonna tell lies right here in my live stream? You're gonna come on the internet? You're gonna come on my internet and tell lies? You use a rotary phone by turning it upside down. And smashing it on the table until it dials the operator and then you tell them who you want to call. star equals boomer. No, I'm very intelligent. And I don't text people in ways that are going to give them a heart attack, Jay. I don't give my friends heart attacks by texting them ominous shit that ends in an ellipsis and then spending several minutes on a follow-up text. Yes, I am bringing that back. Hey, listen, I would love to listen. If you would text faster and not leave me hanging on some ominous ass shit. Hey, listen, I just gotta say, yeah, see that's what he did to me this afternoon. And then he had, how dare you, honestly. I know you're streaming, but don't you fucking dare do this to me again. Don't you fucking dare. He's like, also, you texted me and was just like, hey, I know you're about to stream 2 hours before my stream started. I was just like, oh God, what thing is that going, what thing is going to derail my entire day that he is just about to text me? What heart attack is this man about to give me? And then it was just him saying, he's like, so I've been playing with this new Ttrpg system. I'm like, you? Hasn't my poor heart been through enough? Am I just a game to you? Does that mean Jay is making new game for the mods? I don't know if for the mods, but I know that he's working on like some kind of spooky game. And he was like, hey, do you want to help me come up with spookies for the spooky game? And I was like, yes, but please never text me like that again. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. I think we'll probably have time. We might actually be able to ink 2 characters today, depending. Because I don't think I'm going to futz around with colors too much on this stream, because I haven't decided like precisely what color scheme I'm going to use. And I don't like futzing with colors when people are watching me because I get embarrassed. Because it's hard to come up with color schemes on the fly. I have to like figure out a palette and look up reference and all that jazz. So we might be able to ink 2 of our dudes today. Potentially, because I am a masterful content creator who draws very fast. Speedy. That's me. Seafoam green, of course. Yeah, Jay's favorite color. Jay loves seafoam green, don't you, buddy? Don't you? You give me a heart attack before stream, I'm gonna tease you on stream about your intense love for seafoam green. Listen here, I'm listening. I am listening. I am listening so hard. Too bad you're on Team Stardust because he fits the seafoam vibe. He does. That's another thing, is like, cause okay, I got all hyped up for Art Fight and I've been too busy to like actually do any pieces yet. I might do a stream next week where I just like do Art Fight sketches the entire time. I should have done that last week, honestly, but I didn't think about it until after I already decided I was gonna take a break for the week, and I was just like, ugh. But no, I've just, cause guys, I've gotten so many art fight attacks so far, and they're all so cute. And I need to go in and respond to all of them. I just got like 30 on day 1, and then it became like, oh gosh, that's a little overwhelming. That's a little overwhelming. But like, yeah, I will at some point go in and comment on all of them. So if you have drawn one of my characters for Art Fight, and I have not replied to it yet, don't worry, I'm going to. I just have to get over the anxiety that I get when commenting on things. And also there's like 70 attacks I have to go through and comment on, and that's a big undertaking. And so that combined with so like the amount that I know I have to do and how much like anxiety it gives me to respond to things on the internet in general, give me some time. I promise I will go through and do it. I will comment on every attack that I get at some point. It just might take me a little time. Thank you for your patience. I'm sorry that I'm like this. I'm sorry that I'm like this. I get twitchy about this kind of thing. But I have been like checking my my attacks page, and I have seen all the beautiful art you guys have been doing, and they make me kick my feet in the air and do like silly little giggles. And I'm very, very excited. My girlfriend saw Marina on Art Fight, immediately fell in love with her, and that convinced them to read Cast Off. Heck yeah! Heck yeah, let's go! Art Fight is a valuable new marketing tactic. Bwah, bwah. Hi, Molly. What you meowing about? Look at this frickin' guy. He's fun. But yeah, I have a couple of like social media mutuals I want to do attacks for. I'll probably just do like sketches, nothing like too complicated. Cause like I naturally envy people who are able to put out like multiple really like high quality, fully rendered attacks. And I honestly get a little jealous, and I'm like, oh man, I wish I had time. Why did these people have time to make these cool attacks and not me? And it's because I have a webcomic and a YouTube channel that I have to be constantly drawing for. And I am actively in the process of building up my comic page buffer so I can go back to 2 times a week updates soon. And that's taking a majority of my artistic free time right now. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I always forget that bit. Like, I follow a lot of fellow convention artists, and I always see them like putting out new merch all the time, and I'm like, man, they're putting out so much art all the time. Why am I not like matching the amount of stuff they're doing? How come like why am I slacking so hard? How come they like, do this much more? I should push myself harder. And then I remember I have a webcomic and a YouTube channel and all that shit, and those people that I'm talking about do not. And so I'm just like, oh yeah, that's why. I just want to be 3 people so that I can do all of the shit that I want to do. But I am not 3 people. I am 1 people. Gee dang it, ain't that just the way. In other news, I finished inking my first guy. Let's freaking go. I'm gonna take a real quick bathroom break, and then we will come back and we will start on the second one. So don't go anywhere, I will be right back. Okay, we back. So, because I already have this guy in my thumbnail for the next video, I could do him, or I could do my tiefling. Although, actually, you know what? I wonder if I could just, like, finish inking all of these today. Mystery. Let's do the tiefling first, but I'm willing to bet that we could finish inking all 3 of these today. Because our fisherman was the most detailed of all the characters, I think. So I think we could potentially just ink all 3 of these right now. Wowie wow. Okay, hang on, I gotta check something. Okay, I do have record time lapse turned on, so we are good. She's a machine, she can't keep getting away with it. Yes, I can! I can get away with whatever I want because it's my YouTube channel. Fuck you. Haha. This a monk? Yes! So, tiefling monk with... You guys are gonna laugh. Are you ready for this? Do you guys want to know what I rolled for this character? Like what the rolls were? Tiefling monk with a noble background and with a red color scheme. A noble tiefling with a red color scheme. Do you guys see the problem that I had when I was coming up with this character? I shitteth you not. Noble tiefling with a red color scheme. The freaking randomized tables just wanted me to make Emery again. And I'm like, I did not just roll that. At the very least, they are a monk and not a fighter. If I rolled a red tiefling noble fighter, I would have actually screamed and flipped a table. But I didn't. I did make them a monk. And so the caveat that I'm using is like, I can't make them not a tiefling because I did roll a tiefling. But so one of the things that I rolled was color scheme. Just like the main color of their color scheme, I had like a D12 table with just like 12 different colors in it, including like black, white, gray, and etc. And I rolled red for this character, and I was like, well, okay, just because they're a tiefling does not mean that the main color has to be their skin color. That's gonna be the thing that saves me here. So yeah, I was just like, I'm never going to beat the Emery copycat allegation, so if I make another red noble tiefling. Jared! Jared, he strikes again! Jared, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships. Oh my goodness, he is at it again. If you guys just got gifted a membership, make sure to say thank you, Jared. Thank you. Appreciate it as always. Oh my goodness. But yeah, just so you guys know, the team vibe that I'm going for with these characters is so we have our tiefling, we have a dwarf, and we have a gnome, and just for reasons related to their own backstories, I have decided that both our gnome druid, or our dwarf druid and our gnome sorcerer are both like a little bit on the older side. They would be like in their late 30s, like to late 40s range in human years. And I have decided we are going hard on the found family vibes because this is their perturbed tiefling, adopted tiefling son who got brought up in a real shitty family, and they just kind of adopted him. That's the vibe. And it's funny because he's like the muscle of the team, but he's also the only one who's taller than 4 feet. And so he's like this perturbed teen tiefling with problems. But he's also, and he's like really short, but he's still taller than his 2 adopted dads. And it's just like, I am going so hard on the found family vibes with this awkward, weird little trio of like 2 adopted dads and their weird tiefling son, 2.5 men. Oh my God. You can't say that in my chat. You can't just come into my internet and say that in front of me. He has reached the middle shelf, yes. Like, the other 2 rely on him so hard to get things off the higher shelves, but the problem is that he is still too short to reach the higher shelves, and so he has to use his monk shit and, like, stand on the counter. He has to clamber up on the counter, but at least when he's up on the counter, you know, he can still reach things, unlike the other 2 who have no hope even if they stand on top of the counter. Their very tall tiefling son who is like probably 5'2". 5'2" with the horns. He's just a little guy. They have to stand on each other's shoulders to reach the top shelf. Honestly, yeah, probably. I'm planning on doing a series of like just little character building doodles to go along with the speed paints in this video. I feel like that should be one of the things that I draw, is just like all of them trying to get something down off a tall shelf. Because they're all short. The 35 equivalent year-old dwarf and the 45-year-old gnome both get carded going into a rated R movie, but their 15-year-old tiefling son does not, because he's like slightly taller than the rest of them. Start coming at me specifically tonight, little guy at 5'2", old at mid-30s. I said older, I did not say old. Older compared to their teenage son, tiefling, who is this guy. Is their team name Shortstops? It is now. I'm sure that they would not accept that as their actual team name, but that's what people call them. But yeah, so this is, I realized I haven't like said any of their names yet. But just for you guys, the folks who showed up to the stream, I almost hesitate to tell you guys what the name of the tiefling is. Because when I told my friends what the name of the tiefling is, Jay made fun of me. It's very rude. Very rude. And he replied to it with a cringe emoji. And I said, what the fuck? Don't cringe emoji at me. How dare you? Cringe. No. Shut up. Because I freaking told you his name. There's like a lore reason behind why he is named that. And then I told Jay the reason for the name lore, and he's like, oh, that's pretty good, actually. And I said, see, you fucking doubted me. You doubted me, but I would not name a tiefling Nyx without lore reasons for it, okay? That is his name, by the way. His name is Nyx. He is my new son, my tiny tiefling monk son. And there's a reason why he is named that. And it's not just because it's a popular name for tieflings and it's edgy because it's the Latin word for knight. There is an actual legit lore reason why he is named that. Nyx or Knix, what spelling? Nyx. So the reason is that, so I'll explain like the full backstory in the video when it comes out, but essentially this poor baby boy, I had to work in, you know, the nobility background somewhere. And what I landed on was he grew up in a noble family. He was adopted by a noble family, but the only reason he was adopted by a noble family was because he is the illegitimate son of the head of that noble family household. And in order to keep his birth mother quiet and keep her from like leaking the scandal, they said, okay, fine, we'll take care of this accidental scandal child if you shut up and don't tell anybody. And so for optics, they were like, hey, let's just like say that we adopted this random child out of the goodness of our hearts, but actually we are going to, you know, like treat them like dirt when there's like no eyes on them, and we'll make it look like we're doing philanthropy, but actually this child is a scandal baby and we're just trying to keep people's mouths shut. And so they literally name him Nix, N-I-X, which is like the Latin word for nothing. Because he's just like, you don't actually mean anything to us. You're not going to inherit anything. We're literally only taking care of you to like keep your mother from spilling the beans about the affair. And so like this family just basically abuses this poor baby, treats him like dirt, literally named him nothing. But eventually he runs away from home, and as one last FU to what's remaining of his family, he changes the spelling himself to NYX. So he becomes something instead of nothing. Get it? Get it? And you guys doubted me. I told you there was name lore. I told you there was name lore. I did not just name him Nix because I'm cringe. So in lore, he's a cringy teenager. Listen. He named himself that. He's like, okay, well, this is like a different word, but it's pronounced the same. Or it's pronounced the same, and so I don't have to worry about, like, trying to get people to call me something different. I can just say that it's spelled differently. Basically named him Underlord XX. Shut up! No! Jay's just being rude because he knows that he can't come up with lore like this. Flips my fucking hair. Bro was literally named nothing. Yeah, because his adopted family is a piece of shit. And so now he's like on the run trying to, you know, like make a name for himself separate of his shitty ass family. And now he has a weird a second adopted family of a dwarf and a gnome who are just kind of like his weird dads. But he's never really like had a dad before now. And so it's like, even though they kind of annoy him sometimes, he still likes them. All I can do is corrupt other people's backstories. Yeah, so don't give me shit. All my babies have to have some sort of tragedy in their past. That's how you make the character spicy. That's how you make the character have the good trauma backstory. Mm-hmm, yes, yes. He got adopted twice. He sure did. And the second time went a lot better, even though he is begrudgingly admitting to that. He's my baby boy. And he loves his two weird dads. Was it explained how Nix got into the martial arts he seems so adept in? Yes, actually. So like his whole backstory was actually, it came from him being a monk, actually. And I'll explain this in the video. This is in the script, but essentially, I was trying to fit in like noble monk, and I was just like trying to wrap my brain around that. It's like, okay, if they're a noble, why are they a monk? Why would this character choose to be a monk? And so it's like, okay, well, maybe they don't fight with weapons because they want to seem very unassuming and they don't want people to think that they're a threat. And then I went down this tangent of they fight with nothing. They are nothing, despite the fact that they're noble. It's like, they have nobility, but it's not actually worth anything. Where can I go with that? And then that's what eventually like came up with this whole backstory. But I was trying to think, again, like, where would he have learned martial arts from? Because, you know, obviously he has to learn it somewhere. He didn't just like go in a closet and punch the wall 100 times and then turn into One Punch Man all of a sudden. And so what I decided is that, so his family, air quotes, his adopted family, that is like his birth dad and all of their like legitimate children, and his like wife and all that, they, you know, were like trained in magic and some basic like weapons, mostly just for show. And they never let Nyx learn anything. He was like strictly forbidden from learning to use any weapons or magic because they did not want him to like get any higher opinion of himself. He's like, I don't want this kid to think that he has a chance of like fighting us off or anything. It's like they want to like keep him low essentially. And so they were like, we're not going to teach him how to use any weapons. He is forbidden from learning magic, all that shit. And so what I imagine is that at some point, you know, because like everybody looking from the outside looking in thinks that he is just treated like another member of the family. Because, you know, when eyes are on them, his adopted family, you know, they treat him like he's a part of the family. But like as soon as they don't have other eyes on him, they go back to treating him like garbage. But you know who would still see that and potentially take pity on him is the family guards. And so I imagine like maybe the head of the family's like security guards like took pity on him at one point and like, you know, maybe started teaching him martial arts as just a way for like him to get some bad energy out and just like some exercise to like just vent some of his frustrations. And then he ended up getting really good at it really fast. And all of his training had to be done in secret. And, you know, he got pretty good. He got to the point where he was fighting all the other guards and he was able to hold his own pretty well. But then eventually, somehow, some way, his family did find out. And then that head guard ended up taking the fall and got fired. And then that was the catalyst that got Nyx to finally be like, okay, my family fucking sucks. This sucks. I am leaving. And so that was like the last straw that broke the camel's back and was what got him to finally commit to running away and leaving. If I can't fight with magic or weapons, then I'll fight with my hands instead. Literally exactly that. That is almost word for word a line in the script. It's like, even if I can't use, it's like, if you fight with if you turn your body into a weapon, you'll never be unarmed. And so that was kind of like one of his reasons for doing martial arts as opposed to learning how to use weapons or anything. There's lore, gang. We're not gonna get like too deep into the lore of like their entire stories, because this video is mostly just about like how to build a character from scratch. Like how to take just a basic idea and flesh it out until it's a fully fleshed out character. So you're not going like too deep into, well, what happens after that? Because that's not the point of the video, but if people are like really, really interested, I'm considering doing a follow-up where it's like, okay, we have our characters, let's figure out a story for them. So yeah, that's the idea. I learned martial arts IRL, so seeing this lore brings a big old smile to my face. You 100% get it. I took karate when I was 8. But yeah, that's about the level of my own personal experience. But I am glad that it is resonating because, again, this was just like, you know, a character I came up with for this little character idea. But yeah, the whole idea, the concept of the video is not like, I'm developing these characters because it is fun for me and I'm like super duper invested in their story. It's more like, this is just, I'm teaching you guys how to develop your own characters by going into examples and making my own and fleshing them out right in front of your very eyes, right? But it's like a tutorial. It's gonna be like potentially a tutorial series on, you know, how to make characters, how to tie characters into a plot, and how to like use characters to drive your plot forward and stuff like that. But this first video is going to be specifically about like making the character starting from nothing, just like a couple of basic ideas, and then how to flesh that out into something more substantial. I know you have your comic, but once you're done, would you ever be interested in making some of your D&D campaigns into videos? I'm actually working on one for our Thursday game, but it's on hold for right now. And so I'm hoping that I can get back into working on it at some point. But also, yeah, we do have What's Left of Us as well, which is our live streamed game. But yeah, I still really want to finish the D&D video, but I had to put it on the back burner for a little bit. For various reasons. Oh yeah. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm just working on other stuff, so, you know. Oh yeah, I should not have any trouble finishing inking like all 3 of these characters tonight. That'll be fun. I am this master of speed. I am the freaking speedster. I draw.
Hi, Molly. Hello, Kit Kat. Mwah. Hello, kitty kitty.
Do you want to be a lap cat, or are you just gonna lay on my desk again? Yeah, so that is the lore behind my new sweet baby. Look at him. I love him. But yeah, I was almost thinking like, if folks really end up liking this video and it performs really well, I would love to do this as like a semi-regular thing. Or just like, you know, do multiple installments of like, hey, let's make some randomized D&D characters and just like come up with their lore. And then people can use these as inspiration. Or you can, like, maybe use it to jog your own ideas for your own characters. I just like coming up with little guys. And so part of the thing with this video, part of the reason why I wanted to do it, is that I watched, like, one too many other YouTubers' videos where they designed randomized D&D characters, but only talked about, like, the physical design, the visual design of what the characters looked like. And I'm just like, but I want to know what their deal is. Tell me the lore. I want to know the lore. And they didn't. They were just like, oh yeah, and here's this character. I made them with this aesthetic and they're this class and I designed their outfit like this. And I'm like, but I want to know what their personality is. Tell me about their personality and how it relates to their, like, visual appearance. I want to know. And so, like, part of this video, part of the reason I'm making it is I was frustrated by that. And I'm just like, fine. If you're not going to tell me about your character's lore, then I'll talk about my own character's lore that I came up with. You take the little guy and you put them in situations. Yeah, exactly. That's how all stories happen. You take some little guys and you put them in a situation. What kind of situation? That's for you to decide. Don't give us the what, give us the why. I mean, give us both, honestly. I'll take both. Both is good. Tell me about your little guys and their situation. I want to know. Also, yes, I'm absolutely covering this guy with tassels. Because you can't stop me from doing that. Everybody's gonna get tassel pants. And by everybody, I mean just this little guy. He's gonna get some mother heckin' tassel pants. Tassel pants. Did you just make a Road to El Dorado reference? Yeah, that quote from that movie is about me. I use that gif whenever there's something that I don't want to do. Because it's just like, the stars are not in position, and I'm like, they're talking about me. I am not in position. Stars, can't do it. Not today. I can't do it. Road to El Dorado, boys. You are so right. That gif is about me. Disclosure, this is a joke. Or is it? Or is it? The stars are out of alignment? Yeah, it's me. I'm out of alignment. I can't... I'm tired. I'm EP. I just realized, though, these tassels have no, like, sense of direction. They're all kind of just going outwards. So I feel like the tassels need to be adjusted in such a way so it looks like they're actually, like, moving in a, like, a direction. And not just all kind of sprayed out in a weird angle. I will do this. I will adjust mine tassels. Wah. Wah. Wah, 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 wah. And I'm just not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna fully redraw this one over here. There. Now it kind of looks like he's like stomping and moving his foot. Did you see the Witch Hat is getting an anime? Yes! Yes, and I'm so excited! If you guys didn't see, the manga Witch Hat Atelier is getting an anime. They announced it a really long time ago, but they finally released a trailer and showed it at Anime Expo over this weekend. And I'm so excited! Because Witch Hat Atelier is like one of my favorite mangas. And it's finally getting an anime adaptation, and just from the trailer, it looks so good and so pretty, and I'm so excited. And everybody should go read Witch Hat Atelier, especially folks who, like, do art. If you are an artist, you should absolutely read Witch Hat Atelier. Not only is it gorgeous, it also just gives me a lot of feelings about the art of making things. And it just gives me the big feels. So good, legitimately. Everybody go read Witch Hat Atelier and then watch the anime when it comes out. Next year! Next year is when it comes out! But I can wait. I will be so patient. I will be so patient. We've waited like 2 years since the announcement. I can wait a little longer. As long as it's good. Ooh. 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 Ugh, it's so good though. I'm so excited. They showed a little bit of Kifri in the trailer. They didn't really even show his face. I'm just like, this is all I need. This is all I need. Move over, other pretty anime white-haired emo boys. You're about to get fucking Kifried. Ah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Witch Hat anime. I need to see the worm animated. Yes! Yes, Brush Buddy! I wish to see him. Show him to me. Show me the Brush Buddy. I wish to see him. Oh, I'm so happy. Here. Do one of my mods want to go get the link to the trailer and drop it in chat so folks can watch it? I need to spread the propaganda about Witch Hat Atelier. The propaganda will be here in this chat. What's it about? It is a story about this little girl who is not a witch who finds out how to cast magic unintentionally. She wants to be like a witch so bad, and then she gets this book and they're like, hey, if you could use this book and it will teach you how to do magic. And she does it, and she casts a fucked up spell that turns her entire house and also her mom to stone. And then they lose the spell so they can't like see how to fix it. And then they're like, okay, well, this is fucked up. And normally when somebody who's like not a witch finds out how to cast spells, we erase their memory. But we're not gonna do that to you, because if we erase your memory, we'll never be able to like fix what happened to your mom. So I guess we're gonna teach you how to be a witch. And it's about like her learning how to be a witch in like this world of like normal. You usually have to be like, you have to grow up in witch society. Normally like normal people do not get to be witches. It's just like a very well kept secret. And it's not actually like something you have to be born with. In D&D terms, everybody in the world thinks that all witches are sorcerers. Actually, no, all witches are wizards and they pretend to be sorcerers. And they're like, oh, well, no, you can't use magic because you weren't born with the ability. And then actually it's like, no, they're just like, there are methods that anybody can learn how to be a witch, but because magic is like dangerous and a bunch of shit happened, they ended up making like the secrets of casting magic secret from the general populace. It's a very, very interesting read. And also what I spoiled just now was the first chapter. There's 12 volumes out in English right now. It's just a really nice, cute story. And also, it has like some of the cutest characters in it, and also it has Kifri in it, which honestly is the only reason you need to watch the show when it comes out and read the manga, because that is my fucking guy right there. Points at him. I cosplayed him a while back. But yes, it's very good, and I'm very, very hyped because it already looks super pretty, just based on what little we see in the trailer. And I'm just like, yes. Yes. Yes! Guess what, gang? More tassels. More tassels. This calls for more tassels. I like tassels. They're pretty and fun. I remember I once made a Monster Hunter cosplay that had a bunch of tassels on it, and I was so excited to make the tassels, it was literally the first thing I made from the entire costume. Is I just sat down with a piece of cardboard and some embroidery yarn, and I just made all those tassels in a single evening, and I had a time of my life. Just like, hell yeah, tassels. Can't wait to sew these on when I've actually, you know, made the actual outfit, which I have not done yet because I was distracted by tassels. Which armor? It was the Ash Ketchawacha armor from Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. It's one of the few armor sets in Monster Hunter that does not actually have any armor on it. It's just like this really cool, like, jacket and dress combo. For the female version, anyway. But the male version doesn't have any armor on it either. It's all like fabric. And so it's mostly, you know, it's supposed to be like it's supposed to be fur and stuff because you're using the parts of the monster to make this armor. And so I made the entire thing out of like suede and upholstery, like fur and stuff like that. And I had a whole bunch of fun with it. But all the websites that I had photos are not on the internet anymore. Or it's private, like my private Instagram has pictures way back. Okay, I don't know what made me think of this, but I just had a cursed thought, and now I'm gonna curse all of you guys with it. Cars is a Hallmark Christmas movie, but without the Christmas. Think about it. Think about it. The movie Cars, Disney Pixar's Cars, follows all of the necessary plot beats of a Hallmark Christmas movie without the Christmas. Explain, do I need to? Just think about it. So if you think about it, Hallmark Christmas movie plot staples. Man or woman from da big city has to go to a small town for reasons, and while they are in the small town, they learn an important lesson about being human and like taking time for the little things, and that being famous and like having a lot of power is not necessarily the most important thing in the world, and what's actually important is Christmas. I mean, connections with other people, and by people I mean cars. I'm right! I am correct! Sit in the corner and think about what you've done. I literally am already sitting in the corner. My desk is in a corner. And I always think about what I've done. But now you guys are also thinking about what I've done, and that is the cursed knowledge that I have given you on this wonderful Monday evening. He went to the small town on accident, not on purpose. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter why he's there. He is there. And then he learns a valuable lesson about taking time to enjoy the little things, and he finds love. And then he ends up forsaking his career because of it. Cars is a Hallmark Christmas movie just without the Christmas element. And you all know that I am right. They also fall in love with in the Hallmark Christmas movies. Does Lightning McQueen not fall in love with the one car who is there, who like she runs the hotel and or also Mater? Depending on who you ask. See, I tried to sell this idea to my friends Sarah and Athena, and I thought I was gonna blow their minds, and then Sarah hits me back with, I've never seen Cars. And I'm like, what do you mean you've never seen Cars? So that's why I had to inflict it on you guys. Because you guys, at least some of you, have seen the Disney Pixar's Cars. Which means that you can understand where I'm coming from with this. It's very important, you see. Sally the lawyer. Was she a lawyer? Is this car a lawyer? I thought she like ran an inn or something. She like ran the hotel in town. Why must you do this, Star? Because you're here. And that's what I do. Life's like a Hallmark Christmas movie. I'm gonna watch it all night long. Yeah, you get it. I don't remember any of it. Okay, Jinx, now your homework is to go watch Disney Pixar's Cars and then come back to me and tell me that I was right, and it is absolutely considered a Hallmark Christmas movie without the Christmas. She ran the hotel and she was a lawyer. Hell yeah, we love women who do two things. Let's go. But yeah, the only reason I remember that movie so well is because I had a young cousin and that was like his favorite movie growing up. And so like whenever he came over, he would like watch this movie literally every single day. I'm sure it drove his parents crazy. But like whenever my uncle was over and he brought the child, whose name I will not say for privacy purposes, but when he brought my cousin over, we would be watching Cars that evening because it was the cousin's favorite movie. Give it up for Star for doing more than two things. Yeah, I'm also a woman who does two things. More than two things, actually. I do so many things. I do arguably too many things. And then my friends give me shit about it. And my family also gives me shit about it. And it's very rude and uncalled for most of the time. That we do. Yeah, you. Asshole. Leave me alone. Ooh, Avatar: The Last Airbender music. This is appropriate for drawing a monk. Let's go. You work far too hard, said without a hint of irony. Listen. Listen.
Milo, get off of my computer! Hey! You are not allowed to sit up there. Get down.
Yeah, that's right. Get off my computer. Is it really uncalled for? Yes! Yes, it is. Just let me draw my little blorbos. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, I think we're done with our tiefling in only 45 minutes. Oh yeah, we're gonna finish inking all these punks tonight. Let's freaking go, honestly. Oh, the kittens, they are performing parkour. All right, now let's get to number 3! Character number 3, gnome with a funny mustache. This character took the least amount of time to design because I already had, by the time I finished fleshing out his backstory, I already had such a super clear image in my head of what he should look like. Just like crystal clear mental image. I'm just like, he's gonna be a little gnome and he's going to have a funny mustache and he's gonna look like a dweeb. But like a dweeb with money, you know? You can't fool me, that's just Vernon casting disguise self. It could be. It very well could be. He's a little gnome sorcerer. His name is Asher Pennybrook, and he's an inventor. He's an inventor and also wild magic sorcerer who got wild magic because one of his inventions went horribly awry and exploded. He was trying to make a teleporter that could be used by the average person and not need like a high-level teleportation spell to work, and he did it wrong and it exploded, and then all of that interplanar magic hit him right in the fucking face, and so then he got wild magic after that. And fired. He also got fired after that, which is how he has the free time to go adventuring now. And by adventuring, I mean traveling the world in search of inspiration for his next big invention. What are you gonna do for Wednesday stream then? Probably still work on these. Probably I will color these on Wednesday stream. I figure that I'll do like the flat colors, or I'll at least like figure out the color schemes between now and Wednesday. But I will probably do, you know, like the shading and maybe some other drawings. Because I want to do some like additional art of these guys, just kind of like being cute and interacting, because I need some art for the second half of the video where I talk about like group dynamics and stuff. Or if I end up just like working on these, maybe on Wednesday instead I will do an art fight stream. I don't know. I might finish these guys off screen, and then we can do an art fight stream on Wednesday. I don't know. I will think about it and get back to you guys. All I know is that we will be doing something on Wednesday. And that's all you need to know. I started reading Goth Western because of your shout out and absolutely love it. Thank you for introducing me to another amazing comic. I am so glad that you like it. Thank you so much for reading. I am so happy that like people are actually reading things because of my recommendation, because it makes me feel powerful. It's like, yes, yes, read my friends' comics. They're good. Yes. Yes. But yeah, it's also just like, I'm glad that I'm able to start doing the comic promos in my videos, because I actually just saw a thread on Blue Sky the other day of people, like other webcomics people, kind of lamenting. There's like, social media used to be like this amazing way to advertise a webcomic, and now it's just like, all social media has kind of gone into the pit, and it's just like useless for advertising shit now. So what do we do? And I'm just like, I'm trying to make my videos as fast as I can so that I can advertise other people's comics and help, like, you know, throw my viewers some more recommendations. Because it's important to me that we, you know, engage with indie media, especially in the frickin' horrible, awful state of the art industry lately. Reading and supporting and viewing indie media is becoming all the more important in these coming years. And if I can have even a little bit of help spreading the news about like really good comics that I really enjoy that could use a little bit more support, I will be so happy to do that. That is my thing. But yeah, I am planning on promoting a new webcomic at the end of every new video from now on. So look forward to that. Yippee! I actually got a good look at this character you're drawing, Star. Can I adopt him? This is a man in his mid-40s. So I don't know if he would let you, but you can certainly try. Also, just for the hell of it, hey mods, can one of you guys go grab the link for Goth Western and then pin it in chat so that folks can find it easier? Because we brought it up and I would like people to have easy access to that link. Me when I see a man in his 40s. OMG, he's so baby girl. Let me see if I can find it. It's literally gothwestern.com. It should not be too difficult to just Google. I would do it myself, but I have a gnome to draw. Thank you, Sly! Oh, Sly beat you to it, Jay. Get wrecked. But yes, if you would like a new comic to read, go check out my friend Leevely's comic, Goth Western. It was the webcomic featured in my most recent video, and I'm going to scream about it, as I will do with all subsequent comics that I promote on this channel. Nope, that looks like balls. I was like, cause he has like this little clover pin, And so I was thinking, what if I do like a little clover leaf, like in the corner here? No, that looks like balls. So we're not going to do that. I will just... Could be a heart. Could also be balls. And unfortunately, that means that that is what people are going to think it is. And so I'm not going to do that. The first one defo looked ball-esque. Like, the second one looked more like heart. The second one looked like... balls. Why does everyone have balls on the brain? That is not where those should be. You may want to consult your doctor. Those have a proper location, and it is not on your head. It is betwixt thine thighs. I'm sorry. I could not resist. Walked right into that one. Excuse me a moment, I need to make some calls. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no. Well, at least Canada has free healthcare, so you can get your head balls taken care of. R-rated star. That is PG-13 at worst. Don't come at me. Hey guys, do you remember how on my stream last week someone said that my VTuber model was showing so much skin? Was showing too much skin? What was up with that, huh? What was up with that? Like, yeah, she's wearing, you know, a skirt, what is essentially a skirt. It's like half a skirt, half shorts. And it is a little short, I will give you that. And yeah, like her midriff is showing. But it's like, I don't even have my titties out. I could be so much worse. VTuber star shoulders too smexy. I have not heard the word smexy since 2004. And I wish it had stayed that way. Quite frankly, I wish it had stayed that way. But that dream has been dashed upon the stones, hasn't it? What's wrong with 2004? It was a long, long time ago. I was basically trying to say I have not heard the word smexy in a very long time. And I would have liked to keep it that way, but unfortunately... I could have my titties out, star. Yeah, I mean, I could is the thing. So, do you guys even understand how many VTubers just have their titties out all the time? And I don't! My titties are tastefully kept hidden beneath my shirt and scarf. It wasn't that long ago. It was literally 20 years ago, Jared. It was most of my life ago. Restrained boobage, yes. What titties? Exactly! And yet somebody still came onto my stream in my chat and said, your VTuber shows too much skin. Hello? Wild. Absolutely wild. And yet I still get people sexualizing my VTuber. Which is weird. It hasn't happened often, because I think I just don't tend to attract that kind of audience. But it has happened once or twice. And it was very odd. I was perhaps maybe, you know, doing some ego searching of myself a couple months ago and found out that someone had just posted a picture of my VTuber in a subreddit that's for, like, pictures of girls with their midriff showing. And I was like, okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Yes, really. Unfortunately, that is a true story. Unfortunately, that is a true thing that exists that I am on now. There were, like, no comments on that thread either. It was just, like, literally, like, my image and, like, no comments. And I'm just like, so is this... I'm not sure if I should be relieved or insulted. I am unsure if I should be relieved or insulted by this development. Mostly relieved, I think. Anyway. That's the internet for you. It could be so much worse. And thankfully, I'm just counting my lucky stars that it isn't worse. So, just thumbs up emoji. Yay! Yay! I'm like the meme of that one old man smiling really uncomfortably. He's just like, yay! Yay! Do sexy VTuber models get more clicks? I have to think so, or at least a lot of people seem to think that they do. I mean, I would imagine, like, if you are into watching girls with anti-gravity titties just, like, bounce around and play video games, I suppose if that is titillating for you, then you could potentially, like, get clicks from that kind of person who is into that. I am not of that target demographic and have no desire to pander to that demographic, so that's why I am dressed the way I am. Titillating. All right. All right. Yeah, we get it. I made a titty joke. Everybody point and laugh. She bounced boobily down the stairs. Yes, exactly. But yeah, for the record, honestly, like, no shade to people who have, like, really sexy VTuber models. It's not my thing, but, like, get that bag, I guess? Like, if that is actually, you know, like, helping you pay rent, then hell yeah, more power to you. Not my thing, but I will throw no shade. I will throw no shade. Do what you must to get that bag. Get the... Pay your rent with random internet stranger money. We support sex workers and lewd workers here. Yeah, like, I don't personally have a problem with it. It's just not my bag, and it's not something I am interested in pursuing. But, like, no shade to people who do, like, genuinely. If that in this economy, you pay the rent however you have to. I am not going to throw shade. Sometimes I wish I was not so nervous about that kind of thing. Sometimes I wish I didn't care. But at the same time, even if I did, I don't think it would be something that I would be into. I want people to come to my streams because they like the silly little things that I say and the silly little things I draw. More power to people who say silly things and draw silly things and also have the big titties and use them to their advantage. Hell yeah. Get that bag, etc. Absolutely no shade. I have a cousin who's a stripper. Like, I cannot throw shade. I don't live in a glass house, but, like, my cousin lives in a glass... I don't think that's how this metaphor should go. I'm screwing up my metaphors, but... Point is, we throw no shade in this house. Glass or otherwise. Don't throw shade, throw money? Exactly. Exactly. Paycheck is a paycheck. Yeah, exactly. Get your bank. I will forever be a little bit in awe. Shiny shoes, shiny boots. Yeah, so the color I rolled for this guy, for like one of the randomized elements was randomize their color scheme. And so this guy, I rolled black for his color scheme. And so I'm gonna give him a fancy suit with like, it's like black with gold accents because that is very much, mwah, chef's kiss. I love black and gold. It's so pretty as a color combo. Hell yeah. Gotta make his shit shiny, and step one to making his shit shiny is spot blacks. Yaha! I love drawing shiny material, like armor or shiny fabric, by doing the very intense spot blacks. It brings me joy. Like going heavy on the line art, I just think it looks really nice and pretty. It looks pretty. I also just, in general, really like artwork that favors a very thick line art style. And so this is more of me just playing with that. Needs more gold trim. Needs more gold trim. Shiny gold trim for this shiny, shiny man. With his shiny, fancy little suit. I say little because he is a gnome, you see. More gold, yes, exactly. Make this man shiny. Very shiny gnome. Did that really only take me like 20 minutes? Oh my god. Good golly. I am Speed, just like Lightning McQueen, who is the star of the Disney Hallmark Christmas movie, without Christmas, Cars. Yes, I brought it back. Yes, I brought it back to that. You cannot shame me. I am immune to shame. Yahaha, etc. I just say what everyone else is afraid to say. That Cars, the Disney Pixar's Cars is a Christmas movie without the Christmas element. We have found the forgotten Mario brother, Ignatius Mario, the rich brother who patented tube technology. Honestly, probably. I would believe it. If this guy came up to me and told me that he invented the tube, I would believe it. Jared, thank you for the $20 super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. No comment for me to read. Oh gosh. Another thing is, I think we're just about done with inking all three of these little dudes. I thought I was gonna finish like just our dwarf guy, and instead I finished inking all three of them. So I guess we're probably gonna go ahead and end stream early. Gotta make up for your week off. Oh gosh. You can stay till 9 anyway. No, I'm getting hungry, so I think I'm probably gonna finish later. Gotta ink his sparkles. I'm not gonna ink the sparkles. I'm just gonna do those in color. I'm hungry and I want to go make dinner, so I'm probably just gonna call it a little early today. But yes, thank you guys for joining me on this adventure. We inked 3 whole little guys today. That's way more progress than I thought I was going to make. Next time, we will either be coloring these fellas, or we will be doing some art fight related stuff. I don't know what. We're gonna do something on Wednesday. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Thank you all for hanging out and joining me. But for now, I must depart. Thank you, friends. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.